بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. أما بعد, my dear brothers and sisters, it's a pleasure to be here with you again. Inshallah, today we will be continuing with the topic that we have spoken about from last week, which is speaking about shaitan, the big enemy. We have in the previous reminder discussed shaitan. Who is shaitan? We have discussed the story behind shaitan going after every single human being, whether they are believers, whether they are disbelievers, and the reason why he keeps on, attacking them, the reason why he keeps on haunting people and chasing them to commit sins endlessly. And we said that in order to beat an enemy, we need to understand how that enemy works or how that enemy functions. So today, inshallah, we will have that conversation. Now, we have already pinpointed that the reason why shaitan does what he does is jealousy, because he thought that he was better than human beings. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala honored us human beings. Today we will go over why shaitan is a very bad enemy. Because you see, my dear brothers and sisters, shaitan isn't just a random enemy. He's not like any enemy. Shaitan doesn't just attack you. And many of us would think, okay, that means shaitan doesn't attack me at all. But you would be very mistaken. Shaitan is actually always, every single moment, trying to achieve his goal. But the problem with shaitan is that shaitan is very patient. Shaitan is not in a rush. And that is why shaitan can be a dangerous and a tricky enemy to deal with. I'll give you a story to showcase this, inshallah, my dear brothers and sisters, to show us why shaitan can be dangerous. You see, a very long time ago, like a very, very long time ago, the idols or the practice of people worshipping idols didn't exist. Today, it is something that many people take part in, وَالْعِيَاذُ بِاللَّهِ. And that is all the work and the effort of shaitan. Let's actually discover how this process actually started in the first place. A long time ago, very, very long time ago, we're talking probably the first generations of human beings after Adam alayhi salam, people used to worship Allah alone. People used to have tawheed, the fact that there is only one God, and that is Allah. There is no other God other than Allah. That doesn't mean that people didn't sin. People were still human beings, Kullu bani Adam khata, every human being is a sinner. People still sinned and committed sins, but they were believers, Every single person believed that there is only one God, which is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The righteous people of that time, the very righteous people, passed away. Now, as usual, people grow up or they get to a certain age, or whenever it is written that they will pass away, they passed away. And shaitan, being the very patient creature he is, he started telling the kids of the people, the righteous people that died, to speak about them more often, Oh, this person, my dad or his dad or their dad or that person, that uncle, in this community, that auntie in this community is a very righteous person. Let's talk about them. And the people, obviously, because there is nothing wrong with talking about people that have, there is nothing wrong in remembering the good that people who have passed away have done. So if someone has contributed in a positive way to the environment, we can remember them and we can speak about them in a positive way. So people did that. Now, the children of those righteous people passed away. And many generations later, we're talking probably decades or not even decades, probably centuries later, shaitan was giving them waswasa, which is basically how shaitan attacks you. Shaitan comes to you and gives you what is known as intrusive thoughts. And shaitan gave those people waswasa to hang the pictures of their grandparents or their great-grandparents who people heard about, but they've never met them. Because, as we just mentioned, this is many generations later. He started giving them waswasa to hang the pictures of their great-grandparents because they were righteous people and people should be remembered. And again, the idea that we can remember people in a positive way because they were righteous is not a bad thing of the essence, right? But shaitan said, hang the pictures of these people so we can remember them. And the people didn't think there was anything wrong with it, and therefore they did that. The people did so because it sounded reasonable. However, my dear brothers and sisters, many generations later, after shaitan managed to get people to hang pictures of, the very early righteous people, shaitan came multiple generations later and told the people that these are the gods. And the people, billah, unfortunately fell for it. Fast forward to today, that is something that many people still partake in. Billah. Over the next reminders, I will go over the steps that shaitan takes to get to you and the different ways that shaitan attacks you. And here we learn, inshallah, before I finish off, there is a second reason why shaitan can be tricky to deal with, and that is shaitan does not directly make people commit sins or become disbelievers. So like I said, shaitan does not make people commit sins or become disbelievers or even commit more sins as a disbeliever. Shaitan takes steps. He does not just make someone commit a sin or get someone to become a dictator or corrupt their heart. He takes the steps to get there, and that is what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in the Quran. بعد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم يا أيها الذين آمنوا لا تتبعوا خطوات الشيطان ومن يتبع خطوات الشيطان فإنه يأمر بالفحشاء والمنكر. Allah said to us, O you who believe, O believers, do not follow the steps of shaitan, and the ones who do follow the steps of shaitan, then he verily commends them to do fahsha and munkar, the indecency and the prohibited. And over the next few reminders, inshallah, I'll go over the steps that shaitan takes to get to you and the different ways that shaitan attacks you. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك استغفرك واتوب اليك اشهد ان لا اله الا انت السلام عليكم ورحمه الله تعالى وبركاته